Silverfang Vengeance episode 12. I've got a lot going on this episode, so yeah, let's roll the rules real quick. You all should be familiar with it. And, oops, wrong screen, there we go. Alright, so quick reminder. We have patch leather for an architect leg and a vanometric power cell. We have got a manhunter pack of Yorkies to get some stuff that I might not get. We've got a manhunter pack of boomalopes for a minigun, a LMG, and a prosthetic leg, and then a power claw from killing an outpost. So a lot of stuff going on right now, and I'm hoping to get a lot of it done. So taking a look, the patch leather should be pretty quick to do because they're heading there right now, if you recall. And then as soon as they're back, I'm going to go do the more timely ones. So taking a look, that will be the Outpost Power Claw, it looks like. We do have an extremely impressive room. It doesn't really have a designation yet. I'm a little tempted to sort of break my own rules and put some sort of recreation item in there to benefit from its wondrousness, but that might violate my deal with grief. So I won't be doing that. Let's see. Another thing, I'd like to retain usage of these ancient dangers. So with that in mind, yeah, there's a lot of cleanup to do over here, but we'll get that done. I guess I can claim it all too. I suspect if I double wallet, it will be left alone by the raiders, but who knows? Maybe maybe they won't care. I don't know. Raiders are weird. We're finally cleaning up a lot of our inventory, which is good. We had a huge surplus of random stuff, but now that surplus is being whittled down. It is April-May, which means it will be growing season real soon. So let's, initially, I'm just going to plop down a giant thing for rice. And we can't grow yet, but maybe we will soon. Alright, so we are at the village with all of the oodles and oodles and oodles of patch leather. So let's fulfill trade order and do some traditional trading. So we do have a whole lot. Alright, let's... Kev might actually have some health problems here. Oh no, just frail, I guess. Scars. Sometimes when they have, like, temporary health problems, you get a lot less bang for your buck out of them. Now, they definitely don't have enough money to cover this cost, so that means I need to buy a lot of stuff from them, potentially. But the problem is they don't have a lot of stuff that's worth a whole lot that isn't also super heavy. Ick. Alright. Certainly, I'm going to keep some of the slaves. I'm selling about 1,000 worth of slaves, and I really have to figure out what I can buy from them. Let's see here. What is the most expensive? Some sort of double strand war veil. Some panther fur parka, I guess. And a master brick gray bow. Alright, that about squares it. Then I can get rid of some of the junk I've got. Why do I have go juice? This isn't my go juice. I was supposed to throw this out because it's Raiders go juice. So we'll toss that in a moment. But they can buy my great bows. And that about levels it out. Now, let's not forget to toss the drugs out because these aren't my drugs. The rules are that I'm not allowed to use Raider stuff. And I'm just assuming that's Raider stuff. And I think that's the last of the Raider stuff, so that's good. Thanks, moderator, for clearing up some of the confusion in the chat. That is appreciated. So, the next time-sensitive thing is the Power Claw from the Vanquishers. It's an outpost of 5 enemies. It's kind of a high, steep price, but that's okay. We have a lot of people that need some mood. Oh, I guess we do have some wreck depriving and... Alright. Leth and Jimmy, you're going to be set on super recreation because I don't need you to snap and break. Day as well, I guess. So we can very, very clearly see the outline of the rich soil right now, or the fertile soil, I should say, which I should really take advantage of. So if we were going to turn this into a mega farm, I'm really going to have to wall it off. So right now I'm going to cut corners, like literally cut corners and not fill in the corners, because I don't have a whole lot of blocks, but we'll get block constructing soon. And be able to clean up the corners here. Alright, that's probably about as much granite as I have. Taking a look at the map, I think what I'm going to do is mixed blocks. I'm just going to do any stone blocks. I don't really care what it is. And it's probably going to all be sandstone, which is obviously a weaker stone, but that will allow us to get materials from that sooner. And I think what I'm going to do is put a granite, or maybe a steel door so it opens up quick. Put a steel door on the road so we can utilize this road for walking speed. So if we want to sell the other slaves, they're kind of out of the way. What is the ETA here is 1.4 days, 2 days of food. I could do it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. And then when they get back, like all the way back, we will set it up so that we head to the next excursion. So, with that Vanometric power cell coming home with us. Where was that, by the way? That trade quest. I'm a little confused. I fulfilled that trade order, right? Patch leather, some or another. They don't have it on them. Maybe it's on the map somewhere. Orders. Allow all. Unfortunately, that means that some of these drugs and beer got allowed. Did we already move it? Here's a battery. What quest did I just fulfill? Do you guys recall? That was the Vanometric one, right? I just turned the patch leather in, yes. I can't research electricity, but I was looking in the pawn inventory. I don't really see it. I'll see... Oh yeah, no. It's in the items. Okay, there's the architect leg and the Vanometric power cell. Cool. It is not lost. It was just not in the caravan. It was treated differently, which is totally fine. I just was concerned. No, I did not sell it. I found it. That would suck if I sold it. All right, good. Another thing I could do with the dogs here is have them haul chunks here, stone chunks. So stone chunks. That would help speed up the stone cutting considerably. So we'll just allow chunks of non-slag, and I'll zoom out and just start tagging really any stone chunks that I see in close proximity to the base to be hauled by them. I don't really care the type, as I said, because it's likely that it's going to have to be sandstone. Because I've got 50 more granite blocks, and I'm probably going to reserve that for the base. So I'll start breaking down the buildings around. I could leave this intact. Good day, everybody that is tuning in just now. Alright, so this will be a huge farm. Something utterly ridiculous, but I'm totally okay with that if you guys are. Big farms have their benefits. Alright, and then when we cut this, we need to drop. In fact, you know what? Let's just cut it over here. It's gonna lose its like bad temperature settings, so I'm gonna copy this here, delete it. Sorry, Boo. Boo's like, oh man, it just ran all the way over here. I could cut in here, but I'd have to get rid of the corpses. Paste settings, paste name, and we'll just do it in there. Let's see. 0. You seem to be in a good mood, however, you are currently doing something important. I want to get rid of those corpses so that I could potentially cut the stones inside that building. For even speedier cutting. Alright. 0 heads down there. And burns up a whole bunch of bodies. Alright. That's good enough. Switch back to the great bow. Unfortunately for me, it burned a door. Yeah, I fixed it. I will be moving that soon. So I'm just removing some construction buildings around the base so that we can use their materials. It's just a way to offset stone cutting. In fact, I'm going to do that same thing here. Let's go ahead and remove the roof and break that down. I want to be the only structure here. Well, no, that's not entirely true. But one of the only structures here. Alright, copy settings. Or actually, I could do it like this. Zones. Oh, come on. Really? Expand zone. There we go. Shrink zone. And put a little torch here. And now we'll be able to cut stone quick. And then I think a stockpile here for cut blocks with a L or something. I don't know. Cut blocks. Set this to preferred for, I think it's a raw resource. Yeah. For just whatever stone blocks. Alright. That looks about good. So we'll get constructing on that. Alright, consuming. No path. Oh, right. So the regular everybody's are zone restricted, right? So they're restricted to no people, which keeps them out of the corpses. So I have to paint this as a... There we go. Now they'll actually enter there. And I'll hold the doors open. Okay, so this is ready to go. Getting a whole lot of dogs being productive, and soon they will be cutting stone. We already have a little bit of sandstone, so let's put it to good work, use, whatever. I will cover up the corners here and then start sandstoning the rest of it. This is an enormous, truly unprecedentedly large, fertile soil, which is going to allow us to produce really whatever we want. Probably mood-stabilizing things like chocolate and Psycha and that kind of stuff. Alright, finally the psychic drone is ended. Taking a look at these guys, they are just a quarter or so day out. Looks like everything I'm cutting is sort of sandstone, so I'll just go ahead and wall this all up with sandstone. Mad raccoon. I'm just gonna have Day squish it. That was even easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, I've played a lot of RimWorld, and this is just about the largest patch of fertile soil I've ever seen. One thing I could do is sow regular old trees in it as well to supplement my I would, in case I ever have a non-surplus, but honestly, this is just... yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Unfortunately, the seasons don't really allow me to, grow crops that take a while, because we'll lose them. But, you know, whatever. Something just killed something else. Don't even know. Alright, so they finally got there. Cool. These guys actually have money to buy my slaves, which is great. We'll sell them the rest of... let's buy a soother. And then we brought a whole lot of crappy clothing. There's no way that will exceed the price of buying from this crappy clothing. And then we can buy gold. Just straight gold. That will allow us to add some beautiful things into the temple. Cool. And we have 3 days of food, no problem. And then they take 1 day to get home, and then we'll pretty much immediately turn around to the outpost for the power claw. Twellis mentioned or asked a question about RimWorld 2.0 is going to be a thing. I have no idea. I've heard. I don't usually keep up with that, honestly. I heard that Tynan had some projects in the pipe, but I don't know what they are. I have no idea whatsoever. So, yeah. Here's a question. Should I keep the Scythers and Lancers that I've killed in the temple to grief? I'm not sure. Kind of asking you guys if you think that's a thing I should do or not. Yes? Klein says yes. I'm inclined to listen to Klein. Alright, let's see. We've got marble shelves. I mean, it's a shrine. Yeah, they're ugly, but if I put them in a shelf, they'll prevent the ugliness, I think. And therefore, it's sort of like a testament to what I've killed. What came out of here? Was this also mechs? I don't recall, but I don't see them either. Oh. We're finally warm now, so we're going to be losing meat like hotcakes, which is totally fine. We just don't have the first harvest of, we don't have the first harvest of vegetables or anything yet. Rice. Which means, yeah, that doesn't surprise me that we're, things are spoiling. Chief is like, look at all these stones. Yeah, my pets obviously can haul, because there's a ridiculous amount in there already. Now, it'll be a little tempting to move the kitchen over to where we can keep it frozen. But I don't know. It's one of those, like, normally we're going to have a lot of vegetables around, so it's not going to be a problem. Alright, Mr. Chief. Here's a marble shelf. Clear everything. Corpses of mechs. I'm just going to load whatever mech corpses they want in there. We've got 5 of them for now. I guess this temple sort of got cleaned up, which is good. At this point, the amount of campfires I have are probably unnecessary, as it's really not that cold. Also, that's my hospital, so let's treat it as such. So these guys are third of a day out, and then 4 days away from the end there. What is the one building next to the stonecutter room? I have no idea. It's just a building that needs to get destroyed, as far as I know. It's not an inch of danger, if that's what you're asking. I'm going to leave the corners constructed so the roof doesn't collapse on my head. That would suck. And yeah, just a building. Oh, I guess it's a building that doesn't even have a roof. But Angel was eager to deconstruct it, so that's fine. Now, one of the huge advantages of walling up your farms like this, especially with a non-flammable material like stone, is forest fires won't affect it, and hungry animals won't steal from it. So, double bonus. No, I have a lot of wood. They're just not refilling the campfires or anything. New area revealed. Ostubes, I can't make cryopods, and I can't move cryopods, so I can't put them in the shrine. It's just not how the game works. Alright, so the cool thing here is we've got the Vanometric power cell. I'm just going to have Wolf drop it. So what I can do is install it in there, and install the battery in there as well. I have to stick them next to one another because I can't even build pipes. Like, I don't know how. Who's a good shooter here? Trek has the revolver. Wolf. You get the masterwork bow. Alright, and then of course we have the architect leg, right? So, Leth being the brawler that needs to chase down slaves really needs the leg, I would say. Plus he has a crap leg, so that's his what left. Alright. So Leth, we will put you in here. And then only the best doctor can do the surgery. I guess it will be 0. 0, are you drunk? 0 is not affected. Wolf would be happy, but I think I'm going to give him the Power Claw. Once I get the Power Claw. Leth, because he wears plate armor, he really needs some sort of speed boost, because plate armor slows you down as it is. And if he's to capture slaves, we need to be able to chase them down, so... Alright, so we actually have a refrigerator now. It's a freezer, even. That's pretty cool. Alright, so moment of truth. He's got his architect leg now. Twellis. So, yeah, wondering about a huge update. You know, there's so many mods that I haven't even touched yet that, yeah, I would be excited about a RimWorld update for sure, but I'm never at a lack of content. I even made my own mod for Tomb World. So, yeah, I'm not that worried about running out of things to do, as I seemingly always find more things to do. And there's a lot of other conversion mods. One that I am considering soon is the Lord of the Rims, which is sort of Lord of the Rings. That could potentially have a lot of cool things to go with it. I think what I'm going to do is have 2 steel cutter or stone cutters. I could also add tool benches, but whatever. The new Geo, if you're wondering why there is forbidden beer at the door, anything that comes with raiders, their weapons, their armor, everything, their drugs, are forbidden. So I'm not allowed to use their medicine or their beer, or loot anything from an attacker. And that's to make it tougher on me, because if I was able to loot stuff from attackers, within a few attacks, I would immediately have a full arsenal of ranged firearms, and that's, you know, that sort of defeats the purpose of being tribal, I suppose. So who's a good pawn to base movement speed off of? Yeah, I think Leth actually runs at slightly faster than base movement speed now with that that leg, which is really cool. He'll be able to chase down people trying to run away. Could I set up a campfire to burn non-growable drugs? Yeah, I suppose I could. But I can grow my own beer. But yeah, I could enable that and burn drugs. Yeah, why don't I do that rather than just keep it forbidden forever? That's a good call. I don't think that's going to be able to burn medicine, though. Oh, and already he's beelining for this Psychite tea, which is something I can make. So let's fix this. Go juice and beer. But already I heard a few people clink, meaning that they drank the beer. That's the annoying bit, is they pretty much immediately consume. Yeah, Darude just picked up on that. Yep, well, I mean, I tried to stop them. One beer isn't going to break the bank. Drinking Raider stuff. But it's not a habit I want to get into. Alright, so let's... one more marble shelf, and we'll be able to put that Lancer. And then if you can see here, it doesn't affect the beauty at all, having the Lancers on a shelf. That is the beauty of a shelf. Alright, let's go ahead and copy... what is this? Copy clipboard, paste. So now we can have 2 stonecutters at a time. I think there's already some critters that want to nibble my rice. Wall in the power cell? Yeah, I could do that. What I'll do is, thinking right now. There. Now, it can't really be targeted. The cooler can't be targeted because it's behind vents. The vents will allow the cool air to, you know, circulate. I have animal starvation. Why? There's plenty of food for you. Hold on, let me check my pet zones. Oh, maybe there isn't plenty of food for you. No, there really isn't. Alright, you know what I gotta do? I gotta start hunting. And then come daybreak, when some people are up, I'm gonna send them to get that power claw from whatever raiders it is. I don't know who it was, but they're all going to die, and I'm going to take it, so that's just how it's going to be. Alright, so now the cooler can't be targeted. Well, soon the cooler can't be targeted if Trek would finish. How did I get the battery? The battery was in the game in the beginning. Grief put it there. And then, if you're wondering how I got everything else, I got it through questing, which is pretty cool. So what this will allow me to do is put... ooh, it's not cold enough, though. I might need to either reduce the amount of volume or something. We'll have to take a look. I'm just going to set this cooler to be, like, as cold as possible. Alright, Huskies, there is food for you available. We are just mass murdering the caribou here. Can I get a short if there is no cables? Yes, I believe you can. And then on top of that, anything that's powered on can malfunction, but I have a ridiculous amount of regular components, so I'm not super worried about that. Alright, so the pet zone includes these stacks of meat. It's just that dog is too dense to go and get it, it looks like. This needs to vent hot air. Yeah, actually, that is indoors. That is a very good point. I would need to remove the roof on the area to work. So let me redesign this a little bit. Yeah, that is a good point. Because I've reduced the amount of total area that can be in this spot here. So I'll revisit that. So it's going to look something like this. We'll have multiple roofs removed. And build a big roof over it. Actually, that granite door can stay. But all the other ones will have to go. Do I need the battery? In truth, no, I really don't. But I might as well charge it up and then like uninstall it. Because I might be awarded like a turret or something. I'm not going to take a raider's turret when I raid, but I could be awarded a turret that would allow me to use the battery. Or a purpose for the battery, I should say. Alright, so this is unroofed enough that it is ambient temperature. Let's take a look. The roof covers all the important bits, so rain can't affect it. Yeah, no, this perfectly works already. I don't really need to mess with it. So all I need to do is to drop a limestone wall or some wall in between so we can't travel there freely to target it for a rampage or a tantrum. The farm's looking good. Very good, in fact. Let's go start growing in it. So this is yellow, which means I will grow corn here. We're going to be very rich with... Oh, that's hay grass. Hay grass wouldn't be terrible either if I wanted to make kibble. In fact, that would be a very good thing to grow here. Let's grow a big thing of hay grass. I have plenty of meds, so I don't need to worry about meds. And then the rest of the zone can be drugs. I don't need a whole lot of drugs. It's just for personal consumption, but... because I don't plan on being a drug lord. We have to be a slave lord, I guess. That's dark, but it's true. Alright. So no double strand this season, because it's a little bit late in the season to grow. Well, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'll try a test batch of double strand to see if we can get double strand before the season ends. And then what I'm going to do is all these other zones I won't sow, just so that we put the double strand in first. Alright, so that freezer is super, super frozen. Which is really good. Oh, Jesus. Get out of there, pet. Which is really good because, if we ever have a solar flare, the colder it is, the longer it will take for it to thaw. Alright, so now it's all tantrum-proof and rain-proof or whatever. That will work. Alright. Devil strand. Corn. Ugh, I hate when it does that. Hay. Psychoid with a capital S. And what was this? Hops. And rice. Delicious. Now, my growers all have super high growing priorities, but they're all asleep, aren't they? I meant to head off for that power claw. I only have 2 days left, so I'm going to have to, come daybreak, send some of our best shooters to go retrieve that. Sorry, I'm getting messages that I have some dropped frames from Twitch, but I think it's fine. It's not very many. Alright, so who will be going? It will be Wolf, Trek, and Klein, probably? 3 shooters against 5 enemies, and maybe Leth, too. I'll send Leth as well. Alright, so here we go. We're finally sowing some Devil Strand. Alright, looks like everyone's ready to go. So form caravan, Leth, Trek, Klein, Wolf. I'm not going to bring any animals. Let's just bring pemmican. 300 will do for a round trip. Some herbal meds just in case. I'll bring 10. And maybe some tea for the road. 10 tea. I could Insanity Lance them, But no, I don't think I'm going to do that. It's unnecessary. It's only 0.3 days to get there. No problem at all. Insanity Lance is going to be more useful when we're attacking enemy bases. The new base does sort of look like a cartoon bomb. You are absolutely correct. I like it. I very much like it. Represents what my group is going to do to all of our neighbors. Alright, so Day is working on grand statues. Doesn't look like there's any that he's done lately that we can install to make this shrine better. Also looks to me like Marble Blocks has stalled a bit. So what I'm going to do is zoom all the way out and start canceling the Hall of Slate and queue up the further marble to be hauled. Because marble is, of course, the attractive blocks. Klein, what would be the advantage of earning coins in Silverfang without being able to send items? To be able to affect events? Like, this is an honest question. I don't even know what advantage it might... Because the only issue that I foresee is that the Twitch Twitch Toolkit Storytellers are very nerfed. They're very sort of broken. They don't really do anything. And it relies on viewers to do stuff. So I'm not absolutely not against turning on Twitch Toolkit. My worry is that it would dramatically change the pacing of this series in probably a kind of a negative way, just because not a lot would happen. But of course, could be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong, in fact. So I'm going to allow sowing everywhere, just because Double Strand is a higher level crop to sow, and some of my farmer/gardeners might not know how to sow Double Strand. I'm not exactly sure the coins could carry over for use in Pantheon. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. But, yeah, I mean, that's always a possibility. It'd just be a little strange. I mean, it would certainly incentivize my other stuff to be watched, for sure. But then, of course, some people would be able to drop massive bombs on me the moment I load up Pantheon, because they had watched, you know, potentially up to 4 hours of Silverfang. It could be good bombs or bad bombs, but it would be bombs nonetheless. Alright, so here we are. We are in the hot desert. Pistol, incendiary launcher, shotgun, club, knife. Alright, they have terrible range. Like, atrocious. They have one turret, but it's in the north. So this is not going to be a fight. It's going to be a slaughter, I think. Or Trek is going to die for, you know, the nth time. That's entirely possible. So the last episode of Pantheon, I did get raided, like, a lot of people sort of coordinated raids, and the problem was all the raiders were also hostile to one another, so the net result was I had a lot of raiders and I didn't have a lot of raids because all the raids just end up, you know, killing themselves off. Alright, so I would say the shotgun is the highest DPS here, and he needs to go down first, and there he goes. And he just got shot in the jaw. Yeah. Trek is... Uh-oh, that's gonna be fiery. Trek is always the first one hit. So I'm trying to draw fire with left, because he's, you know, shield belted. As soon as two of them go down, they're all leaving. Klein just... No, he walked right into that. Alright, now they're fleeing. I'm not sure I really brought a significant dock on this run. Klein can deal with the turret. Dock the turret down. Leth, you're going to have to be dock. Oh, you are actually kind of the best dock, maybe. But, where is my meds? Here we are. Restrict. Assign. Okay. No, don't arrest him. What are you doing? Tend. Tend. Where did the minigun come from? The minigun came from a quest reward, and actually I have another quest to get another minigun. Raider gear is forbidden, but quest rewards are not. Incentivizing me to go to do them. Alright, let's claim the door and walk right in. Quest completed. I improved my relations by 18, and everybody is patched up. And I think what happened was... How does these quest rewards work? Where's my power claw? Because normally it comes down at the trade beacon, but if you don't have a trade beacon, where the hell does the item come from? That's my question. Alright, so... Yeah, we'll reform caravan here. Make sure that I'm not missing anything important. I can, of course, take their stuff. Yeah. It's in the center of what? In the center of this map? Because it's certainly not in the center of the raid. Work. Architect. Orders. Allow all. Oh, there it is. The power claw is like in the lake, just about. Cool. That will work. Reform caravan. We aren't bringing any of their stuff, but we can bring home our stuff. I like how I'm walking right by a enemy faction base. So the remaining quests, this one I'm not going to go to because its rewards are poo. But the other one, the Boomlope one, has minigun, LMG, and a prosthetic leg. So that will work for me. And this power claw is going to be installed in Wolf when he gets home. Hey, Artie Marty. Welcome, welcome. Alright, it looks like the farm is now enclosed, which is cool. I'm going to keep this door closed. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to install a granite door and granite walls and destroy this door. The outside door is going to be granite, the inside door is going to be wood. And that way I can leave the granite door open at all times and be able to pass through quickly. I'm going to steal that wolf's kill because I'm shameless. Wildlife. Let's hunt the mega sloth once our hunters get home. Alright, wood door. I like wood doors because they open real fast. Really soon this rice will be harvestable, or it's already harvestable, but be harvested for the, you know, the first season harvest, whatever. And then we'll be able to make pemmican again. I'm getting animal starvation. You know what? All of this animal starvation really makes me scratch my head because there is honestly plenty of food for them available. They're just not going to it. Another thing I should do is take a look around the map. I had some older ambrosia zones, and I'm sort of curious if the ambrosia is all died off, but I never remember where the ambrosia is. There really needs to be like a cycle through grow zones or something. But whatever. If there's not, there's not. Okay. Sandstone. Rather large construction project, but I totally don't mind. It'll allow me to move back from the farm to the base a lot. I am about to have a ton of rice. Yes, I'm about to have a ton of rice, and I'll make pemmican and kibble. That's the plan. Because honestly, most of this meat will spoil really, really, really quickly. That's just what it does when you don't have refrigeration. I could use this freezer, but I don't really want to. Because it would dramatically change how I feed myself. And it would be very non-travel if I did it. The dogs are in the own pet zone, so they're totally fine. I could keep them out of the farm, but I don't think any of my current animals are going to prioritize eating raw rice over something nice. I think you all know what I'm about to daka. Oh, it's so evil. Alright, Wolf here. You are going to... Wow, you got hit in the lung. Let's right hand claw. If I separate large grow fields, I could avoid blight. Yeah, absolutely. I could wall them off separately. I think, given the amount of people that I have, I could just be very proactive if I ever get blight and just have all of my pawns jump on it. And that would work, honestly, just as well. Oh, we have a visitor. And a solar flare. So let's see. We had a solar flare. I'm curious how long it takes for my freezer to lose freezing. Because I'm assuming it's going to take a little bit of time. There's no way to smoke meat in vanilla RimWorld. I think you're thinking of a mod here. Pemmican is the only way to preserve food as a tribal. And that requires you to mix it with vegetables. And I do have a whole lot of pemmican. I have 1,200 of it, and it's likely to grow pretty soon. Alright, so here's the... No. Leth, you are a medical 8. You're not going to be doing that. I'm glad I caught that. Barely in time, but I'm glad I caught that. Medical 15, here we go. Where are you going? 0. Oh, you're feeding him? Well, that's actually nice, I guess. Okay, so our road to the farm is getting constructed. I'm assuming Wolf's surgery went well because I didn't get a, hey, this got screwed up message. Given all the meat that I have, I think what I'm going to do is harvest all this stuff early. Because we're about to... Oh, finally, Crab's getting trained in hauling. That's good. Because, yeah, we're about to have a lot of meat spoil. Oh, yeah, here we go. Spoil time. So the last quest is to get a minigun. I have to kill boomalopes. That's stupidly easy. And I'll probably just send, like, 2 people to do it. It definitely does not require a full cadre of people to go. Alright, Grand Sculpture. Let's get that built. You know what we could do? Actually, we could turn this into a gather spot so that people use the beautiful room. Extremely impressive. Yeah, we're pushing. We're pushing up and up. Inspired trade, Day. I don't think he's much... Oh, no, he is our socialite. The thing is, we're already trading, like, every last point of silver that our neighbors have, so an inspired trade doesn't really help us out much because they already can't afford anything. Okay, Okay, I get it, game. Yes, spoilage. Alright, now we're back to making pemmican, which we'll keep for a year. I could have checked what the visitors were offering, but here, let's take a look. Pemmican and pemmican. They had nothing to offer. They were visitors, and they didn't have items to trade anyway. It lacked the sort of items to trade message that you'd normally get. Why did Wolf take that path back? Why is anyone taking the path they're taking? This is really strange. They're taking, like, the most convoluted zigzag path I've ever seen. It must be faster, but I can't wait to build this highway. What I'll do is I will forbid the wide highway and build the narrow one first. And get that done. So if we're to kill Boomalopes, I'm just going to send Trek and Klein to go do it. So let's form caravan. Trek, Klein, you are going to be my Boomalope murderers. And you're going to bring a little bit of herbal, a little bit of tea, and some pemmican, which I'll get to in a moment, and the bedrolls, if I can remember. Where are they? All right, let's grab all that pemmican. Where are my bedrolls? Here they are. Masterwork and excellent. So it's, yeah, we'll maybe a little bit more food. We'll do 50 more. Okay, there we go. I'm sending them at really early in the morning. Perfect. I could send a dock, but I really don't expect to get hit, like, at all. It's 5 Boomalopes. Let's see. If I send more people, it just means more food and less work done at home. With 2 people being sent... Oops, I forbid a door. The advantage, of course, is that they could zone out of the map and zone back in and never really get caught. Ooh, Angel, that's a pretty good look for you. Double Strand War Veil. I like it. Alright, so they're on their way. Ideally, I would have sent Leth without the plate armor, and he would have really sped things up, but he's a brawler, and I don't want a brawler doing that. Oh, I never considered how nice it's going to be to have my animals be able to come into the farm, because they're basically doing all the hauling for me, which is awesome. Mother Nature's being scary. I don't think they're trying to avoid walking over the grave. I just think that once I have the road built, I think it will be more obvious what they're doing. Yeah, they're using the road now. Alright, so this is slightly into a cold bog, which is sort of unfortunate, because bogs are going to have a lot of trees, and trees give my shooters a bit of a disadvantage. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is allow the pets into the kitchen, but not near the meals. And allowed into the butchery, and maybe not near the Luciferium, but I need extra help hauling, right? So we'll have them haul the crafted food into storage, is sort of the idea here. The reward for the item stash is, let's see, minigun, LMG, and prosthetic leg. I do think... No, Jimmy doesn't need the leg. His leg is okay. So no one needs the leg at the moment. But yeah, the reward is mostly just big guns. Alright, I don't think keeping these doors closed is offering me anything right now, because it's nice and tempered out. In fact, I will get rid of the fires. I will try to keep the fires in the sanctuary, or whatever you want to call it, lit. But that's mostly for aesthetics and nothing else. And as you can see, their beauty skyrockets when they're in this room. So that will be nice. Why is there a grave at the door? It's just a dog that we had that died. Didn't think it should be buried, you know, in the temple, because it's a dog, but I wanted to honor it somehow. So we put it in there. No problem asking questions. I absolutely welcome it. Alright, I need to update some of the home zone here. What we need is, can I put animals in sarcophagus? Yeah, I could. Potentially. Let's see, I could just queue up a sarcophagus. Not that I'm expecting anyone to die, but queue one up to make this a tomb, and that will offer them a recreation that they otherwise wouldn't have. Oops, hello squirrel. She's very eager. Oh my god, we have so much pemmican. I mean, it's a good thing, right? But it's clogging up the old kitchen here. I'm gonna make everyone that passes through haul some pemmican. It's like morning chores. Good morning. Make your bed, haul some pemmican, and then you can have breakfast. Oh, some of the animals are rotting, actually, which is no good. Ibex ram just rotted. I'm not sure if I have a an animal rot zone or something similar. I don't have an animal rot zone. I'll just put them here because I can set them on fire here, no problem. So, rotted animals. Clear all. Don't allow fresh animals. Yeah, I had the old zone here, you're right, Klein, and I turned it into stone cutting and never replaced it. Alright, so these guys are on their way. They should be getting there sometime today. Hopefully. Now everyone's going far and wide to put rotted animals there. Oh well. Unintended consequence of keeping the world nice and cleaned up, I guess. Just making sure I don't have any stupid roofing zones or something or another, and I don't. We're good. Do pets eat rotten animals? If they have no other choice, they might. I'm not sure, because I usually never allow... I never, like, let that happen, because it gets real gross. The animals being able to haul stone have really benefited me greatly. We are absolutely getting a whole lot of stone cutting done. Klein, we're about halfway through. If you want to throw up a goal for me, something to do, feel free. I've just been chasing these item quests because they're amazing, and I would be a moron not to have done them, but I'm open to new goals. So Trek just got a shoot frenzy as he's heading to a manhunter. So that's kind of unbelievable. Alright, let's pause, take a look. So, the boom loaves are easy to spot. Let's try to meet them on the edge of this mud or something. There's a little bit of a tree clearing here that we can use. Nope, don't arrest him. Oh my god, I keep clicking that. Well, this Thursday I won't be streaming, so the thought was that, you know, you could toss me a goal that I could work towards. Alright, done. I didn't think I needed backup, and I definitely did not need backup. Alright, so let's go ahead and head on over. I could work on the main series goals, yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we have more Daka Daka. So let's reform caravan. Don't forget the items. 1, 2, 3. And head on out. 3-day journey with 2.5 days worth of food. Alright, well they better run. I could work on taking out a pirate base. Now that I have multiple miniguns and stuff, that's absolutely a pretty reasonable goal. I think what I'll do is work towards that, and by that I mean... Oh, we got rid of all the fires, so we need to put this back. Craft up some additional plate armor, so that we can tank the fight. But yeah, I could do that. One really easy way to do it would be to bring in all of my Daka Daka shooters, hit a psychic animal pulsar, and basically turtle up and wait for a lot of the crazed animals to just sort of murder the pirates. And maybe the first pirate base, that's how I'm going to handle it, because why not make it easy on myself? I could have leftover animals stored in the freezer, yeah. Or even just sort of queue up the larger animals to be stored in the freezer. You know, like mega sloths and bears. Things that when we have a meat shortage in the winter, if all the animals have migrated away from the map, we could then butcher for meat in the winter. That's obviously a possibility. Alright, Caribou Revenge. They are all manhunted. I just checked. Okay. Well, this one up here is wounded. Wolf, you're going to cut east. Going as fast east as you can. Everyone else, we are going to go help. I could get in a casket, yeah, but I'm not that close to one. I'm obviously going to have some spare caribou after this unfortunate run-in. Alright, Yanshui seems to be the only one responding to the call for help in a reasonable amount of time. They are coming indeed, and all of our big guns are off the map. But, you know what? I like a good fight. I obviously could kite them indefinitely, but I think it's more fun to just fight them fairly. Although even a fair fight has not gone well for them. Alright, so what I'm going to do is exactly what you suggested. Freezer. I'm going to call this Freezered, apparently. Freezer. I'm going to put animal corpses of, oh my god, where is it? Caribou? I know my alphabet, apparently. Caribou in there. And then I'm going to allow it to be anyone in there. And for now, I'm actually going to forbid the corpses, the human corpses. And we can store all of this for later. So the only thing I got is like a little bite from a caribou. That was the only thing that hurt me. You know what's funny about that, New Geo? So he says he loves the idea that I'm using guns that I'm getting rewarded for. That's sort of exactly what happened in the Americas, right? You had the colonists come and trade muskets for all sorts of furs and whatnot, and that's exactly what happened. Is you all of a sudden a bunch of the Native American tribes were using giant muskets and rifles and stuff that they otherwise obviously wouldn't have because they didn't really have the technology for it. And yeah, that was interesting. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, the butcher creature is already super restricted. So these caribou are going to be left alone. Oh, actually, there's still one caribou that wants revenge. Okay, the game is pointing to an empty... Come on, dude. Where is this caribou? It's wounded, and it's way, way north. Oh, it's not even part of the pack anymore. Yanshui's just hunting it. Yeah, Squiddly, don't get too used to Kenshi. Here, I mean, you versus an enemy pawn, if you're the same skill, same weapon, same armor, same everything, yeah, it's about 50-50 who wins. But me versus a bunch of caribou? Nah, it's not much of a competition. It's just caribou. Alright, so the caribou looking good, and that will also keep the pets fed. Which will be handy. When might we expect our... Okay, it's going to be a little while for the next batch of rice. Definitely don't underestimate Manhunter packs. In fact, Yanshui's first death was due to a Manhunter pack. So the sarcophagus was probably constructed by someone that sucks at crafting. I'm going to try to make another one that's, like, nicer. And maybe have Chief do it. Chief was working on the plate armor, though. So, I'm going to forbid Shu, because he once was a dog of ours. Come on. Sarcophagus. And then we will, we'll try to intern him here. I could intern, like, some random raider, and then we could visit a tomb. But, I don't know. That was only good. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is allow... What were you? Like a Labrador? What were you? Yeah, a Labrador. Okay. Now, this should work. Yep. He is in this sarcophagus. I don't know if that means that this becomes... Yeah, I guess it's a tomb now. That works. Grief would appreciate that it's a tomb, I think. I do realize there's a mod called Quality Builder. As a rule of thumb, I never install quality of life mods. I just don't. I don't ever. Because basically quality of life mods play the game for you. I'm here to play the game. I'm not here for the game to play itself. So, yeah. And that's sort of the hard, fast rule for all quality of life mods for me forever. Ad infinitum. They just... I don't appreciate them because all they're doing is making the game easier for not really any purpose, in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of quality of life stuff that, like, seems seemingly pretty innocent, but then when you start to realize, like, every little quality of life thing that you additionally add, it's just less work on the player. But I like that work. Some things shouldn't be easy, as he mentions, yeah. Mr. Sinister. So yeah, unfortunately, sometimes that means that you'll see me make, like, 15 wooden beds just to get a good one, but, like, that's actually how the game was designed to be played. Okay, so we have a real raid here. I clicked off of that really fast. This is attacking immediately. No special tactics, so they're just going to be waltzing into my base. Unfortunately, my big guns are gone, but my melee isn't. So we'll set the meleeers up, and we'll use the same sort of island strategy. I think... Angel, where are you? Okay, she is down there. I think what we'll do is also use some traps. So who haven't I told to move? Zelda, Yanshui. Alright. Is everyone moving somewhere? I hope. Yeah, they all look like they're mobile. Now, these guys have a lot of grenades, which I'm not so fond of. Pet safe room. Honestly, they could just stay in the barn. So let me fix that pet safe room. Ideally, I would have like food for them in there, and that way they could never starve when I needed to protect them. Alright, so the shooters are all set up. Leth, you're going to help install these traps. Oops. Oh, okay. I canceled that. No, stop. What am I trying to do? Install. And Angel will just close the doors behind her. Actually, I guess we could fire from here, maybe? Give everyone their own, like, porthole. Put Yanshui there. It's a bit better protected. Open this door. Put Leth in the middle. Alright. We are fairly turtled up. These guys aren't sappers, so they shouldn't sap me. How many are there? 12, so I need to kill 6, and they leave. I've got 6 traps, so it's entirely possible they leave before shots are fired, but I don't think I'm that lucky. Wolf, actually, if I could have you switch spots. This gives shots all the way down the corridor, which could be pretty useful. Who brings EMP grenades to a tribal fight? 1 dead. 2 dead. Oh, God. 3 dead. Oh, this is funny. 4 dead. Seriously? Who's sapping me? And where? Where are you? Oh, you guys are jerks and you're breaking my stonecutter table. Well, you're about to flee, so... 1 more and we're done. You are shooting at, presumably, Wolf? Oh, no, you're breaking my torch. Alright. Wolf is the only one that has a line of sight on that. I didn't close the doors behind me here, so I'm going to have to replace that there. Alright, let's see if I can't lure them towards where they need to be. Come on in. Come to my brawlers. Alright, the one with the, yeah, they're getting melted. Oh, you're gonna throw stuff at me. Okay, let's back up. Annoying, but replaceable. They're already fleeing. Leth, however, these guys don't appreciate being messed with, so we're going to try to take some slaves with our meleeers. I think the meleeers are likely to get captures, whereas the bowmen are likely to just kill their targets. No, Leth just smushed her brains in. Well, a lot of corpses. That's for sure. So all I really lost was some steel, really. That's about it. I think maybe Leth with no armor could catch them with his architect leg, but not while he's wearing armor because he's just still not fast enough. Right now he's 3-8 and they're 3-5. He doesn't catch quite fast enough. I did just make more slag for the wall. You're right, Klein. So, yeah, I turned steel into slag. Go me. And I lost a little bit of the bridge. Okay, well, that's acceptable. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is no people. I'm going to disallow people in here again. And we'll also put raider corpses in there. And that could be a way for the animals to eat. Now that we have a bunch of corpses. Klein and Trek missed a whole lot. Yeah, that was a really easy raid for this group. If they were sappers, it might have been a little bit different, but they weren't sappers, so. Again, medicine. And I think that's the only item I've seen so far that should be forbidden. A little bit of bridging needs replacement. Whoa, that was weird. I panned away real hard. Alright, and then when we have the traps built, we uninstall them. Alright, so the pets are definitely hauling the corpses in. They just don't do it as efficiently as, you know, we would. We don't have any veg, which is what's going on there. But our pemmican went from 1,200 to 2,500, so that bit is definitely a success. You're right. Dogs can't haul on the spike trap zone. So what I'm going to do is put their corpses in a temporary holding area. And then dogs can haul it from there. Two-part holding, right? I suppose I could have used less traps. There we go. Now the dogs are moving the corpses. At least they're going to be fresh corpses. And then if I need to, I can actually have the dogs haul the caribou out of there. All I'd have to do is change the priority from critical to below preferred, and they'll haul the caribou automatically to the butchery. And I never even have to enter there at all. Which is kind of cool, I'd have to say. Chief lost his, like, golden church. He's just been cranking out, like, crap armor a bunch. Not enthralled with that, but, you know, whatever. Oh, did they try to break in here? It looks like it. I didn't even notice that. But luckily, these guys did. It's part of the home zone. Alright, these guys are almost out of food. They will forage a little bit, so they're probably eating berries, I suspect. Where am I still yeah, I'm still planning on making kibble. I just, I'm waiting for the hay grass to mature. I'm not going to make kibble out of the vegetables that we normally eat. Alright, their food is okay for now. I don't need to send, like, backup rescue. Ostubes asks why this setup is the way it is. Yeah, the vents are so that there is no clear path to get to the cooler, because I can't replace a cooler. And then this wall section is so that there's no clear path to get to the Vanometric power cell or the battery, or the cooler for that matter, because I can't replace any of those. And that keeps tantrums from being able to disrupt this freezer 100%. You know, it could you know, get fragged by frag grenade or something, but it won't be messed with by tantrums, which would be annoying. All right, so Jimmy's been mining away. So we do have a fair bit of silver. One of the things I was going to wait to do silver-wise is once we have a good artist, we can commission some silver statue. But I would say probably wait until like the 15 range or so. You're right, the battery isn't needed in there. It's just not hurting anything either. And I can't physically get to it at the moment anyway, even if I wanted to. Alright, so we got good plate armor, finally. So the cool thing is, we are going to get Wolf a Daka Daka gun. And then we have an LMG, so who else? Klein, Leth? No. Zelda? Yep, Zelda's getting the LMG. And working down the list here, I guess it's Yanshui is going to get the Masterwork bow. And I have another sculpture. You know what I think I'm going to do? All of these like normal or average sculptures, I'm just going to break them down. Right now it's just really training practice. art training practice. I don't want to tie up my marble. Whoa! Jesus. That sounded like it landed on me. I don't want to tie up my marble sort of pointlessly with, like, average sculptures. That seems wasteful. So, yeah, some of the caribou are being eaten. Let's see. Muffalo time. I could make it out of something renewable. That's a very fair point. So let's go ahead and do that. Grand sculptures, you're going to make it out of wood. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is, yeah, he's going to draw all the wood from the shelves nearby, which is sort of annoying, but whatever. It's just the way it is. Is jade the best material, or is gold? I believe gold is. Maybe? Yeah, I think gold is. Jade is not as valuable, for sure. So if you take a look, gold is $10 market value. Jade is 5. And silver is 1. Obviously, silver is 1. It's literally the currency. And then plasteel is 9, so close to gold. And then uranium is like 4, 6. So, yeah. Even uranium is better than jade. Jade's supposed to be plentiful and sort of beautiful, but not valuable. I realize that's a little confusing, but that is the... It's supposed to be sort of like a... Especially if you could deep drill for it. For beauty, I believe it also serves to be more or less true. Marble is the best block. But then as far as everything else is concerned, I don't actually really know how material drives beauty. Oh my god, another minigun? Are you joking me? And just for a bunch of tribal headdresses? There's something literally wrong with my storyteller. Alright, well, 17 tribal headdresses is like a really easy order. So... we will do that. Because why not? We'll make it out of... Oh, I guess I have to make it out of cloth. So that is the caveat. It has to be cloth. But still, I'd say that's worth it. Because I can always regrow that. Joking that I have the cheats on. I really don't. I truly can't even understand why I'm as lucky as I am. Because I'm certainly not... You know, in a lot of the series that I have, I'm unbelievably cursed. And this definitely not this one. We're the Silverfang Vengeance minigunners or something. And in my other series, it's raining healer mech serum for honestly I have no idea why. I can't even start to fathom why I keep getting healing mech serum missions, but I do. Okay, so I think once I fulfill this trade request, which is close, we will go ahead and attack a pirate base with all of our wonderful, wonderful stuff. Especially given the season, I'll be able to actually manufacture... Let's go do that. So we have 2 more. I'm going to do 3 plate armor, 6 helmets. So we'll have 6 helmets and 6 plate armor, and that should keep a group pretty well healed up. What is going on? Who's fighting what? Foxes. Alright, we do have some warg. And I tend not to like to leave warg on the map for very long, because you run the risk of it manhunting you, and if it catches one of your pawns out, warg's DPS is pretty ridiculous to a unsuspecting, bow-wielding tribal. But we can always anti-warg. One warg dead. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. And what's crazy is we even have another shooter that's like that. Zelda, I think? No. Yeah, Zelda. Zelda has an LMG, which is pretty close to minigun DPS. Certainly compared to a great bow. And then taking a look at the wildlife, the foxes I'm not that scared of. They quietly shot the warg according to RimWorld. Yeah, imagine what a suppressor on a minigun would look like. It'd be something fiercely silly. All right, Day, how is your art coming? Solid professional. I beg to differ. Alright, I'm really eager for the rice to be harvestable. Alright, I'm going to harvest it early. A lot of it's at 99%, but this allows us to make pemmican for the winter, or for travel, or for whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't want to compromise the accuracy with suppressors, you're right. I'd rather just shoot guns blazing. At this point, I think Trek honestly should be due for his own minigun. And we'll put the revolver in the temple, like, as a shrine or something. Because that revolver has done a lot for the group, so I don't want to have it go to waste. But, likewise, I think a minigun is probably a better weapon. Although, the amount of finesse he has with the revolver is kind of ridiculous. He, like, doesn't miss with it. Mostly because of its legendary quality. Speaking of quality, what is the quality of these miniguns? So one is good, and one is excellent, and then the quest I'm on is for another excellent one? Yes. Yeah, the revolver is ridiculously good at one-shotting things, and it's also... a huge part of that is just its legendary construction means it's super accurate. So if you look at the accuracy from short or close, it's, you know, the quality modifier, rather, is 150% for legendary. And then the quality modifier for, let's say, excellent. Oh, great, a heat wave. Is 120%. So it's like 30% more accurate for a quality modifier than excellent stuff. I don't know what a heat wave will mean for grow season. We'll have to watch, wait and see. So at the moment, to no surprise, the dogs are eating my pemmican, but I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, so here's some excellent plate armor, and now we're making helmets for everyone. And when I set off to go raid the pirate base, I'll put everyone in a good helmet. Sorry, Day. He's like, yay, I've made a sculpture, and then I, like, immediately smash it in his hands. He's like, but why? It's like, 'cause you're not good at it yet. Ooh, a masterwork helmet. Hello. That's pretty good. Alright, so like I said, I want to make the tribal headdresses. So, what is this? 50 ingredients a piece. We need 17 of them. Well, that amounts to about 850 cloth, and I don't have that much. So, yeah, I'm going to need to grow some cotton. So I'm going to cut my rice up a bit. And sow some cotton. I do have enough leather to make a whole lot of armchairs. That's a pretty fair point. So, blue fur. Although, the problem is, the person I want making the armchairs right now is making the cloth headdresses. So I'm going to work on the trade, because that is timed and more urgent. I could buy cloth, yeah. That's a fair point. I don't mind growing it, though, because it gives me a chance to make better rec items. But maybe I'll aim to buy it. So Day, if I recall correctly, is on a trade inspiration for only a day and a third left. So let's go ahead and send Zero and Day out to do some of that, to buy some cloth for us. We'll give them the double bedroll and 300 pemmican and 3,000 silver. Oh, thank you for the bits. Monataya. Alright. I'm not going to be able to sell anything with them, just be able to buy stuff. If you're curious about the peeping the mod list, I think if you look at any of these episodes on YouTube, the full mod list is posted there. And in fact, if you look at the other episodes for this series, the mod list is there. Really, the only mods I'm running significantly here... I'm actually not even really running any significant mods here. Just some UI stuff like numbers, or the colonist mood bar, or the crafting bill icons when you add a bill. But nothing that really changes any fundamental gameplay is installed right now. It's pretty vanilla. I need to burn these meds. Yeah, the only game-changing one is the enemies don't drop weapons, yeah. And that really doesn't change much of anything, because I would burn those weapons anyway. Man, my dogs are really putting a lot of work in. Except for Crab. Crab almost has haul, though. Oh, right, no mood debuff for selling people, because slavery is, of course, our primary means of money-making. So that is another significantly non-vanilla function. But pretty much everything else is about as vanilla as it can get. So while nothing's happening, I'm just going to work to expand my slag zone. And because I don't have enough surplus of vegetables, that is a lot of meat that just got spoiled. But, you know, I've come to accept that. Wild man wanders in. Well, guess what? Is your name Lagua? As soon as Leth wakes up, he'll toss him in the prison. So one day, we might actually have enough to fill our... I guess this is a slag granite moat. But just for aesthetics, I guess I can hide the zone now, right? For aesthetics, we have slag everywhere. All right, so you guys are using... Lies! It's not using 2 bedrolls. You're using 1 bedroll. It just happens to be a double. Alright, Luthrington, let's wake up, buddy. There we go. Eat your fine meal. And not going to relax socially. We are going to arrest the skunk. The skunk shaman. Who is currently heat stroking, mind you. That's kind of funny. I'm heat stroking too. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to go make a little bit of a headwear change. Alright, so I am protected up to 106. So yeah, I'm fine now. Jimmy, you're probably having the same issue here, buddy. So I'm going to force wear cowboy hats for you. I'll fix that when I go on the raid. Wow, Angel... Oh, she has a duster on. That's a little bit different. Everybody else is... Like, Trek is comfortable to 139. I don't think we're going to hit a heat wave of that magnitude. Well, Skunk better keep all his limbs, because I want him to be able to be sold. Thunk! Alright, so he's down. Capture. Honestly, I'm very impressed with Lagua. The amount of stupid it takes to ask for the people that sold you into slavery to come rescue you so that they can sell you into slavery again is almost admirable, I guess, and surprising, and pretty funny. Like, pretty ridiculously funny as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so Skunk is all locked up. We will... What are we going to do? We are going to reduce resistance just for the social training. Alright, so these guys are here to trade. And there is cloth to buy. Perfect. That's why we're here. Let's take a quick look to see if there's anything else. There's some gold. At really any opportunity I have, I'm going to buy gold so that I can make a awesome statue out of it. And Day had a inspiration to trade for it more effectively, so. Well, this non-ideal temperature is really going to make getting double strand harvestable before winter kind of a pain. But the heat wave has done nothing to our freezer. They're still deeply frozen. So that's always good news. And we're gonna have plenty of cloth for our oh, wait, are we gonna kill... Yeah, we're currently in the process of murdering this wild man. Because we have a campfire and no passive cooler. So Zelda, you're gonna go make a passive cooler. So you don't murder the poor guy. Nope, apparently you're gonna fail at the construction and murder him instead. I love this. Wow. Day really went through a lot of our wood stockpile with his bad art. His bad, like, fake modern art. So let's go ahead and trim some trees. There we go. Now our prisoner's gonna survive. I don't need trees yet. I mean, we're in a boreal forest. There's 10,000 trees worth of wood out here in the forest. I just need to hunt for it. Oops, I didn't mean to hit beauty overlay. Trek, I might need backup for this one. This grizzly bear's he's brain injury. Alright, so Day and Zero are back. What other big megafauna? I guess we have a cougar. I could handle the cougar eventually. There we go. Bear. I'm gonna cancel the rest because we don't... Do we have rice? Oh yeah, we do have a little bit of rice. So we can make pemmican. So let's re-queue them up. Make sure the double bed's still owned. Yeah, it's still owned by them. Good. When we make the tribal headdress, let's bring it to the temp so that we don't make an extra. I find it funny how she, like, switched cooking stoves in the middle of that task. The prison is a barracks. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Not that I really care about the quality of the prison for the prisoner, but if it doesn't need to be a barracks, I can make it a cell. We had intended to have cells only, but then I kind of ran out of real estate. Like, I have a little bit of space to make, like, maybe 2 more cells here, but we are definitely out of space. Alright, so once we do the trade, we'll, I was not expecting that. Once we do the trade, we'll head to the pirate base if there's time. Although, I've given my 20 minutes left. I'm not sure. We will see. Leth and Chester. Who's Chester? You're Chester? Okay, you're 1 year old. That's good. They have a bond. Okay. Well, let's see. Furniture, animal bed, made out of wolf skin. Why not? And that was Leth had the bond, I hope. Should be. Yes. Alright, let's do another zone. Manage zones. I wish I could copy them. Because I really don't want to repaint the pet zone. Yeah, I think Mr. Chester is not going to get any preferential treatment being able to be in Leth's room because I don't really want to copy and paste zones. It's just too much of a pain. That sounds like Trek shooting. Yep. I'm really glad I don't have to pay for ammo. Ooh, Chief got an inspiration. Don't do that. Alright, let's suspend the tribal headdresses. What do we want out of Chief? So he has construction and crafting. I can't really craft any good weapons, so maybe a really good bed, like a royal bed, I would say. Maybe a steel royal bed would be probably a pretty good thing for him to craft. Or a wreck item. Steel royal bed or... you know what? We can... The problem with armor is armor degrades over time. So the quality is nice until the armor falls apart. Weapons don't degrade over time if you treat them right, but we can only make bows. So, yeah, we could make a better poker table. Let's just build copy. Yeah, actually, I'm low-key... poker... I could make a jade poker table. Hell, I could make a gold... No, I can't make a gold one. I could make a silver poker table. It might anger Grief, but I'm willing to run the risk. This is an inspiration after all. There would be no point in making a large statue because he doesn't have art skill. He's a constructor and a crafter. Heat wave is over. Nice. Doesn't look over. Still looks pretty hot to me. Legendary poker table. That's right. We get recreation at 234% using this poker table. Market value of 3.2k. Legendary work. Everybody across the globe knows that I have this poker table. And as you can see, it has a beauty of 48. Wasn't gold, because I have only half the amount of gold that I need, but I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty nice. Now, I gotta say a legendary royal bed might have been probably better, but probably only for 0 and day. Whatever. That might need to go into Grief's room. You're right. You know what? You're right. It's a legendary work, and we will install it. I love how we're gonna sit at the legendary poker table with these piss poor... In fact, I'm gonna destroy this one. Like little wooden stools. I'll fix that, you know, sometime in the future. And you know what? I'm going to put the party spot in here because we should party to Grief, right? Like, that seems pretty reasonable thing to do. Alright, I'm going to move that. And reinstall that there. Or, actually, let's see. Has better feng shui here, right? Alright, so what is this? The marriage spot? I think we should get married in there as well. If, you know, anyone ever gets married, because it hasn't happened yet. Leather armchairs, once I'm done with the headdress bill. Who's Oh, okay. I was like, what's punching what? But no, it was a cougar. Alright, so we have almost a perfect amount of rice to meat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to suspend the butchery until we have more veggies. We're back to growing normally at normal rates. Ooh, beer! What is this room at now? It's extremely impressive. And an extremely impressive... Oh, so we have the very impressive rec room left over. Do I have... Oh, I do have a brewery. And it's too hot in there. So let's go fix that. Jamie, you fix that. Alright, now we can actually brew in there. You mean the billiards table, Klein? I could move the billiards table in there. For sure. Yeah, I don't like using it as mood, but I'll do that. I'll stick that bad boy in there. It's actually dark in this corner. Ooh, getting stormy. Alright, so we're getting some beer going. All of the blood. Oh, battery broke down. I guess I'm going to leave it broken down. I'm not planning on really repairing it. I wasn't even really using it. Angel, how about hauling more than that? There we go. Farm all set. Yeah, it would give us the rec boost even if it is a tomb. It's just a double use building. Day. Sorry, buddy. Man, you're still pumping out normal art? Jesus Christ. You gotta work on your skills. Alright, so when we make this grand statue, just drop it rather than carry it somewhere. I can hear a lot of beer brewing. I'm not sure why the hops are being stored in there, because this is for hops and wort. Let me double check that, yep, plant matter, hops. Oh, it needs to be preferred. His art level, I believe, is at 10. Yep. If he gets an inspiration, that would be a different matter. But he's been just putting out, like, bunk trash art for a long time now. I could use a Psychic Soother to try to encourage inspirations. Why not? Make everyone a little bit happier. That last inspiration was pretty cool, so... Actually, I'll line it up like that. There we go. Somewhat impressive dining room now. The dining room definitely decreased in impressiveness while the rec room went up. I usually like to keep them combined, however. But the rec room bonus needs to go away for the new one to register. Alright, how many headdresses are we into now? 12 out of 17, so 5 left. Or 4 point something. God, with all this driving rain, you'd think I'd be playing Pantheon. How's our steel? Steel's fine, wood's fine. I'm not going to easily be able to source plasteel or gold. So I'll just keep an eye out to trade for it. Yeah, he's by far and above the best artist. The plan is not to stockpile silver in the shrine, it's to make a wondrously impressive shrine instead. So I'm using the silver to actually make the shrine better. Klein, probably something like that. Okay, so we have like half of our dudes are idle. Let's go kill some cougars, I guess, because why not? All of our shooters are just bored. And super, super, super happy. You'd think I'd get some sort of, like, inspiration by now. Alright, where's the other cougar? I like how Skunk, even though he's in our prison, is registering as a wild animal here. Yeah, my moods couldn't be any better. Like, most of them are maxed out. It's so funny. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? Shoot everything. Might as well work on my shooting skill. And we're making simple meals out of the meat, so we can use more meat than we have veg. And soon we're gonna have another patch, harvest of veg. Alright, architect. Allow all. What I really need to do is, like, destroy this medicine, but I don't think I can. So that's the only thing that keeps getting allowed that I don't want. Burn drugs, I don't think does medicine, though. No, it does not. Also, I have no idea why there's a fire in the hospital, but whatever. At this point, it's been there long enough. Shouldn't really matter. Alright, let's go unsuspend the butchery. Everybody's on a eat whatever you want sort of diet. Visitors, and they have some items to trade. They've got weed. Packaged survival meals is not attainable. It is behind a tech wall. So, here's the tech. Packaged survival meals are out here, way deep into the electricity tree. So, pemmican is the best I can hope for in terms of preserving food. Pemmican or throw the meat into the freezer here, but this freezer is at capacity, I think. And also not all that cold. Or not super cold like it was before. So I do believe that this is the last headdress. And then we can go trade and go get our last minigun. Probably not the last minigun given how the Storyteller has been. I kind of want another raid. That last raid of, what was it, 12? I barely got to fight them. Because they sort of got murdered sort of quickly. Oh, hey, Muffalo. Oops. No, don't hunt skunk. He's not actually a skunk. He's someone I could probably bring to market soon. I'll bring him when I'm going with all the headdresses. Which I think I have now, right? Yes. Alright, I have all the headdresses, so my Leth and Zelda are going to go head out. Leth and Zelda, I said. With Skunk. And some pemmican. And where are these stupid headdresses? 16. I'm missing one. Did someone wear one? Or am I just staring at it and not seeing it? Yeah, I totally just count 16. What's going on here? Someone must be hauling it, maybe? In the process of hauling it? Yeah, Chief was in the process of hauling it. Oh, I'm getting sieged. Oh my goodness. So one of the siegers is the father of everyone. Lyrebird? I don't believe him. He's apparently the father of every single person I have. They have some pretty good long-range weapons, but what they don't have is mass Daka Daka. So, yeah, alright. Let's go ahead and our Daka Daka people. We're going to put the pets into the safe zone and put, there you are, Zelda. I'm going to move Zelda a little bit. Reserved by Klein? Wait, who did, what? We're going to start assigning them all the best possible arms and armor. I could Shock Lance the father. That would actually be a good idea. So, Zero, you're going to go do that. Activate against Lyrebird. That is a brilliant idea, and I love it. Alright, animals. I mean, wildlife. No more hunting. Trek, didn't I tell you to go put on, like, armor, dude? Klein, Wolf. Oh, no, Trek isn't. Because he's got the revolver. Alright, so Leth here. Let's go ahead and assign helmets. Leth, Jimmy, Day. I guess Day is going to have a really nice one. I'm going to try to recruit all family, so I'm going to Shock Lance him so he's unconscious, and then recruit him. Oh, he's berserked. I used the wrong lance. Well, he's probably dead. Or rather, dead in 8 hours. Okay, well now I know my times it frame. At least it wasn't by my hand. Did I have the right lance? No, I just had insanity lances. Alright, well Jimmy is all set. We'll get Jimmy moved. And Zelda's working on it. Leth is all set. Leth is going to be particularly useful, I think, at this fight because he has a shield belt. Alright, Zelda, when you're done eating, put on the helmet. Klein, when you got that on, put on the helmet. Day, you're already putting on the helmet. Day is all set. Zero is going to be at the ready to help Daddy Dearest. Who do I not have moving? Chief. Yep, you are not sitting this one out. So Klein, Wolf, and Zelda's putting on a helmet now. Alright, Zelda with the Daka heading south. This episode's going to go a little long, so I don't leave on a cliffhanger for you all. Hope appreciated. There we go. All the helmets are now queued. Alright, so Lyrebird has 7 hours. He's ugly, a slowpoke, and a fast learner. Or, yeah, okay. Cargo pods. Cool. Nothing like some skinned dog leather coming down from the sky. You know what? It actually looks like they're moving away from his body. So this actually works super to my advantage. Which means I can go ahead and capture him. So, that's cool. We'll set him up in the deluxe hospital here. Once they move far enough away that I can capture. Alright, Klein, you're all set. And Wolf, putting on the helmet. All set. Angel will come on down too. Alright, let's go capture Lyrebird. Maybe under the... So Zero Day is going to wait to capture Lyrebird for when they're all preoccupied with battle. Because too many people are looking at him. Alright. So taking a look at their weapons, we have 2 sniper rifles, which are their long range. But they're not insanely geared. And there's lots and lots of trees for me to hide behind. So when it's time to Daka Daka, we are going to be able to do it in style, I think. Oh, one of their dudes... Oh my god, that is so tempting to just stick my head out. But I don't want to give them any reason to shoot at me until I'm ready to go. Open fire on all of them all at once, you know? Alright, library, checking your health. I'm a little worried that I don't have enough time to bring him to cover. Now, I could potentially, like, mine some... Like, deconstruct something and put a wall in there, or deconstruct the floor and put a wall in there, and then patch him up in here. I could do that, if I needed to. Alright, come on, you guys. You guys are the last 3. Yes. Alright. I'm getting a bit of an itchy trigger finger. So let's see, what is my range? So I can't quite reach from where I am. So I'm going to wait. Don't do that. That was rude. Alright, so the big guns are here. I'm going to set them up behind trees. Send my meleeers in. Of course, Wolf gets hit before he's even... Oh, and he got a lung destroyed. Definitely gonna... Mr. Skunk... Oh, really? Trek? Seriously? Mr. Revolver going on a food binge. Alright, Wolf is getting really roughed up. You are going to drop your minigun. Angel, I don't know what you're doing. Let's call that a mistake. Wolf is, like, heading towards them to steal their food. Alright, Wolf has 4 hours to live. He got real screwed up. So I'm going to put him back here and have him patched up by Yan Shui. And now you wonder why Trek constantly tries to get himself killed. It's like an ongoing joke that he's always the one that dies. It's him, dude. I swear to God, it is him. I don't do this to him. He is a gourmand, stupid moron who's like, you know what? I'm hungry. I'm gonna go for those packaged survival meals. Damned be the consequences. And here I am, fighting my heart out to try to keep him alive. Because the jerk wants munchies. What a time to have munchies too, right? Yeah, this is straight suicide as far as I'm concerned. There is no two ways about it. Alright, so Yan Shui, you are going to tend to Wolf, but Wolf won't get meds, because meds are not close enough. And then Skunk there is definitely going to lose a lung. Yeah, assaulting my colony, I think that was already happening. Alright, Klein, I would feel a lot better if you were not shooting at Leth, even if he has a shield belt up. Oh, these guys are getting... Alright, Trek's down, and honestly, he's not all that hurt. I think the Thrumble for Duster really did a wonder. Alright, they're fleeing. Thanks, Ostubes, for the bits. Rescue the dad. Yeah, I'm already doing it. It's already in progress. In fact, what I think I'm going to do, because it's way closer to rescue him here, is bring him here. And that way I can give him medical care immediate. What? Why? Where are you? What? Oh my God, there's a door down there. Stop it. Alright, how's everyone else doing? Day, you're okay. Leth, you're okay. Oh, that's an old bite scar. Yeah, they're all okay. It doesn't mean they don't need medical attention. Man, I can't believe stupid Trek. Alright, so the pistol needs to get hauled away. Because it will get ruined otherwise. Jimmy's sort of on a bender here, and I'm going to allow him to have his bender. Oh, no, he's not going to be able to catch anyone because he's wearing plate armor. Other than that, there's just a lot of corpses, bodies. That honestly went pretty well. Zero's already out of the woods. Or Wolf is, rather. And then the other 3 brawlers are the ones that need patching up. Alright, and then Zero, you're almost ready to put the daddy away. Mr. Lyrebird. So Mr. Lyrebird here is not going to require medicine. Death in 4 odds? Yeah, he'll be fine. Sweet! Prisoner. Recruit. 99% difficulty. So we're probably going to need an inspiration, likely, to recruit him. Yanshui, did you just really? Seriously, just what? Why? Alright, Yanshui just walked away from every single person that needed medical care. So I don't know what kind of doctor she is, but license revoked. Yeah, she is priority number 1. I think it's because everyone has assigned name. They're all assigned medicine. Alright, and then I can also clear forest. Alright, Ms. Yanshui, go back there. Tend to them. I thought that was going to be a little worse too, especially with Leth going on a food binge like in the middle of the fight. That was like a little insanely funny, and also like, oh, this is so typical Trek doing this to me. And then he'll blame me for getting him killed, and it's like, dude, I didn't get you killed. You got you killed. You decided to have munchies in front of a war. Oh my god. No, I'm not going to rename Lyrebird Ratty Daddy. I'm not sure I want to be like a slowpoke, lazy, whatever the hell he was. He didn't really have good stats. That, and I'm for sure going to get myself killed, because that's what I do. I like name something after myself, and then I immediately die. Alright, so here we go. Patching everyone up. I don't want them sleeping outside, so we'll have them head home once they're patched. I could have used real meds. Oh, he's kind of unconscious, isn't he? Whose fault is that, Mr. Trek? Is the hospital going to be too hot with the campfire? No, it's not really heat wave. So, Lyrebird is good up into 89 degrees, and it's 85 degrees. He'll be fine. Not comfortable, but fine. Alright, I gotta say that... Oh, Blight. I gotta say that... Oh, Blight. Blight. The plate armor did wonders. It really, bullets dinked off of me like I was... plot armor. Oops. You'd think, honestly, watching that fight, that all my guys had plot armor, because to be fair, I sort of like YOLO Leroy Jenkins straight into a giant group of raiders, and I was low-key fine as a result, which is not supposed to happen, I don't think. Alright, I'm not going to allow sewing, so we do it quicker. Because he's family, am I obliged to recruit him? Yes. Yes, I am. I absolutely have to recruit him. Don't have to like him, but he has to join. Alright, thank you, Zero. Wait, you're just doing normal harvests? Oh, I hate you, Zero. Never mind. Unthank you, Zero. Trek. He is allowed to move again, I guess. Yanshua, get back here. You weren't done. Hey, Zero Day. Yeah, I didn't realize you were watching. Yeah, I wasn't specific. That's true. I was just hoping that you were helping to cut out the blight, but instead you're like, you know what? I could go for some rice. It's like, you're gonna lose all the rice if you don't, you know, blight cut. And in before someone says, you know, there's a mod that automatically queues you up to cut blight. I know. And you all should know me well enough that I'd never install such a mod. Tech... Animal Pulsar? Really? I hate him right now. I hate him. I know I'm past the uptime. I just didn't want to leave on a cliffhanger. But, I hate Trek. What is he doing? Why is he doing it? Yes! Well, he was barely conscious. Because, he got beat to hell during that raid, so it was really, really, really easy to, you know, arrest him. Alright. 2 more things of blight, and we're done. Voila. I guess I'll allow sewing again, but given that it's 7th of summer... No, raw food, what are you doing? Dear Lord, lady. You're the cook for the group. Why would you ever eat raw food when there's simple meals over here? Ugh. Pawns, man. Can't live with them. Can't live without them. Unless, of course, a man in black shows up. And then you can live without pawns. Magically. Okay. So let's reassess real quick. We've got Skunk, who is a wild man, man, I guess, who refuses to use his own bed. Okay, whatever. Lyrebird here, who's in a prison barracks. We can uninstall one of these beds, make it a little bit more comfortable. We are to recruit Lyrebird, whatever your name is, because he's our father. He's also 128 years old. What? Oh my goodness. I'm just going to have to throw him into a cryopod. The man's going to die the moment I recruit him from, like, a heart attack. Yeah, he's surprisingly spry for his age. How are you that old? What in the hell? Well, I think he's supposed to be the father, right? So how old is everyone else? So if he is the father of Trek, he's got to be, like, let's say 18 years older than Trek, but that doesn't put him at 128. The dude's like Gandalf. Yeah, I'm gonna recruit him and then cryo him. Or maybe try to make an effort to keep him alive. But I'm surprised. I don't normally look at the age of pawns when I take a look at them. And I looked at him and I'm like, alright, so you don't have any bad backs or anything like that. Oh, thanks, Cheese, for the sub. But then I took a look at his age. Yeah, I'm gonna rename him. You're right, Klein. Alright, well that's a really good place to end. Going on a food binge in the middle of a massive, massive raid, and making my own father psychotic, and then realizing that he's like twice as old as everyone else in the entire world. So, cool. So just a heads up, I am out of town Thursday and Saturday, so there won't be an episode this Thursday or this Saturday, but then, on the flip side, I'm considering for next month, or maybe even in the middle of August, to start streaming more so that I can make Twitch partner. So I will get back to you on that with announcements. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, let me know. I'll be sticking around after this stream ends to whatever, chat, I guess. I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching. Adios.